welcome back to HPUX Gamecast. This week we are reviewing The Bridge by Ty Taylor and Mario Castañeda. Or Castañeda, whatever. I butchered his name.
Castañeda.
I at about this point, once Pedro starts correcting me, I stop caring. It is a Unity game. You can pick it up for $9.99 with stinky caches or with stinky space bucks. And what is it? The Bridge is a 2D logic puzzle game that forces you to reevaluate your preconceptions of physics and perspective. It is Isaac Newton meets MC Escher, manipulate gravity to redefine the ceiling and floor while venturing through possible architectures. And basically the mechanic is you can rotate the world and you have to sort of use that to solve puzzles with gravity and warps and mirror universes and whatnot. It's actually pretty cool. So we're going to cross that bridge and go to the chair acquisition. Yes, that very lazy transition brings up our screen where we show that one chair is equal to shit, 2 chairs is meh, 3 chairs means that's pretty good, and 4 chairs means that it's fucking amazing. And of course we have our categories of doom, makes with the working, shiny sounds, controls, and fun. So for The Bridge, Ven, did it make with the working?
Makes with the working. Now we're testing this on what we like to call the base minimum. Poorest system you can build is an octo-core Dual 770. I mean, that's really the best way you can do it. Running Ubuntu 1404 64-bit LTS just for the lulz. Hashtag Dorito. No issues, considering it's a Unity game. I don't get to say that a whole lot.
Yeah.
So, 4 chairs for Makes with the Working. J-Man, what do you
I don't
got?
get to 2 chairs because it didn't fuck up my monitor. And I played this over Steam streaming too, so good on them. So that's 4 chairs from me.
On what?
On my Fedora 2064-bit powered 1090T 670 superclock powered system.
Yes, everything is powered. On my calculator with a 5650 HD AMD graphics chip and an Intel i3 370M, it ran out of the box. Didn't fuck up my dual monitor configs as Unity games are off to do, and much like Jordan, I could stream it to my 10-year-old desktop PC and it works stupidly well. 4 chairs.
Wow, a Unity game that has 4 chairs mixed with the working. I haven't seen that in a while.
Yep.
Really, I'm not being facetious. Up next to Shiny and Sounds, Ben, what do you think?
All right. Well, let's take a little look at it. Let's see if we can get a little bit of video here playing. So, it's black and white. Hey, that's racist. My first impression, this is great on a budget. Really, the door, chapter, selection, rewind mechanic, art style, etc. Yeah, that's a thing. Then I played it for a while, and, while heavily inspired by Braid, it branches into its own game. I mean, it's its own thing. That said, the sounds are meh. The soundtrack is meh. And when I need to solve complex puzzles, you put on the Slayer. You don't put on fucking Anya or whatever the hell that was in my ear pussies. So, just for the sounds, the Shiny's fine. Dig the art style. It grew on me. It took a moment. It's like a fast cancer. So I'll give it a 3 chairs for, that business.
Yeah, like Ben said, initially the art style made me groan. This really looks like pretentious douchebag goth sketchbook. But it grows on you as you start to play the game. You're like, all right, yeah, I got this. The soundtrack, I don't know. So for half of my playthrough of this game, I was listening to the excellent debut album of Gamma Ray from 1991 called Heading for Tomorrow. You should go listen to that. But I...
Shameless plug.
Shameless. Yes, because some speed metal band from Germany is going to give me props. Please do.
Hint, hint.
I want free tickets to all your shows, Kai Hansen. Give them to me. The soundtrack, actually, these guys just like the soundtrack. I thought, when I had the soundtrack on, I noticed that the puzzles seemed to sort of come to me a lot faster.
Did you ever play it when you weren't baked out of your mind?
No, I was you know what? I was pretty baked out of my mind. I'm not gonna lie. So I may not be the best.
HC kind of helps too.
Yes. So I don't know. Like the soft piano at least sort of helped me think. So I'll give that 3 cheers.
Yeah, for me, it reminded me of Braid meets And Yet It Moves. You may remember that game from the early Humble Bundles, when they still cared about Linux.
Wait, you mean the one with the exact type of spinny level mechanic? That one?
Yep.
All right.
That one.
Yeah, well, and yet it moves that was the entire mechanic. It was just like a ball that you.
Yeah, it was just the only mechanic it had was.
Wait, didn't
just
it also
spinning
have a
up.
black and white stick figure that you controlled?
The
No.
stick figure was also black and white, but the levels had a bit more color. This one
yeah.
doesn't even have that. It's just purely black and white with a sort of a sepia filter thrown on it, so keep that in mind. I like a good soundtrack when it comes to background music, and this game doesn't have it. Now, the atmospheric sound effects are good. The music, though, is sleep-inducing. Pair that with the slow gameplay because your character moves very slowly, and you've got Snooze Fest 2014. Some of the smaller levels, when you start spinning around, the camera doesn't zoom back all that far, and you see all the spinning on the screen. That made me a bit motion sick. So,
How many buckets? How many buckets, Pedro?
No buckets because I stopped playing before I got actually physically ill.
All right. Well, that's a goddamn shame. So that's 2 chairs for Shiny and Sounds. Up next is Control. Then
Controls. It's kind of particularly hard to cock up something that really only requires 3 controls. Here, after right here. Here, after. Maybe a little joystick action. And that B button. Now, here's something you don't normally say. Unity game, work out of the box with the exclude controller. You would think that would be a common thing, but it's not. I didn't mind it. It's genuinely difficult to fuck all that business up. But they didn't. So, here we go. Maybe the first time for a Unity game for mothering chairs.
Well, so honestly, I think the sign that you weren't going to have an issue was when that little magical Unity configuration box doesn't pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and they actually have something that allows you to edit settings within the game. That's generally an indicator that you're going to have a relatively good experience, at least under Linux. But yeah, more or less what Ben said. You can't really screw this up. It requires like literally 3 buttons. You can play this on a Sega Genesis controller. You absolutely could. So like not even like the fighting game one with like 6 buttons. You just need 3 buttons,
right?
And a D-pad. Yeah. So 4 chairs.
Yep. Now it's Unity. So as far as Unity games are concerned, this thing doesn't exist. It just doesn't recognize it. Doesn't happen.
But did you figure a way around that?
Yeah, I did. And since the game actually recommends that you play with a controller, because they're very keen on putting up a screen and say, this is best played with a controller. So I'm like, okay, let's work my head around Xbox DRV, the driver for the Xbox 360 controller on Linux, and maybe I'll be able to emulate, an Xbox 360 controller with this thing. Lo and behold, all of a sudden, it actually worked. So for me, it can't get 4 chairs because I had to learn Xbox DRV, but it gets 3.
All right, that's reasonable. So that gets 3 chairs for controls. And our final subjective category, and you got to remember we are 3 different people on 3 different bits of hardware, running 3 different distributions. Well, really 2, because we have 2 guys. So, fun! Ben, did you have fun?
Funny, fun. Didn't want to like this game. Didn't. Let's be perfectly honest with the audience. This thing was on sale for basically naught. It was like 99 pence. Yeah. Like, okay. I'm just going to buy this, and we're going to use this for a stopgap game in case we don't have anything fun to play. Had a fun conversation with Jordan. Jordan's like, well, I have to buy this game myself. And I was like, I already bought it for you. He's like, no, you have it. And I was like, it's in the inventory.
That is totally not how that conversation went.
That's exactly how it went, and he apologized to me profusely. In this magical
no, you're missing the part where I got completely naked and started grinding up on you.
Well, that was kind of hot.
That was hot. Totally hot.
That's just called a Tuesday around here. No,
Except it was a Friday.
For me, the fun really kicked in at the first double key level, and I think that it is the third, maybe possibly fourth level.
Yeah, it was the third chapter.
We have the two keys and they're spinning. You get the first one, you're like, all right, done. This other one is it keeps sliding, and I was like, all right, fine. Take a break. You come back. For me, fortunately, it was just accident. I was like, wait. That's
Do it carefully.
That's when I first realized there's several levels that you start out like that, and you're like, oh man, I fucking got this, and the developers give you just enough hope to be like, and they quote, I was like, fuck no, you do not have this. Not at all. You're going to go back and you're going to brain on this until you figure it out, which you will. And then again, like I said, this is something I didn't expect to have any fun with whatsoever. Considering the average playtime for this is like 7 ons. Not hours, ons. Farscape. Fuck the world. Then after you finish all 4 chapters, there's another fuck you hard mirror universe on top of that.
Yep.
I didn't want to like this. I thought this was going to be something we were just going to trash on, be done in 10 fucking minutes, but it turns out to be entertaining and not fuck you hard, but it fired up some of these old synapses and alcohol and all that fun stuff, whatever's in tumors that are in my brain, I'm sure. I had fun with it. Enjoyed it. I genuinely want to finish it and get to the mirror universe. I had fun. All I can say about that. So, I'm gonna give it 3 shares, man. I mean, it's not a perfect game. It's got some faults, but J-Man.
Yeah, no, I found the puzzles to be very, very clever, and the art style grows on you. This might be hipster trash, but it's quality hipster trash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Ben said, I wouldn't say this game is like fuck you hard, but it's challenging. It actually makes you stop and think. And sometimes I don't know. For me, it was like I had to put the game down for about 5 minutes, walk around, brain on it, and then come back, and then I figured it out. The game, one thing I did notice is that the game has a very, very good progression when it comes to introducing new things. It doesn't just throw shit at you. The first puzzle is 1 new thing. The second puzzle is 2 new things. Third puzzle is, now hear them together. Fourth puzzle is 1 new thing, and then the last puzzle is everything together. That's the pattern they tend to follow. And I think that works very well because it makes you feel like you're actually learning the game. And you are. You go back and you do the other puzzles, and even if you don't remember how to do it, you're like, oh yeah, I got this. Because
you understand those
now
mechanics,
you understand.
Right.
Yeah, now you have a very good and strong understanding of the mechanics.
They do not beat those mechanics over your head.
They really don't, and the way the game educates you on how to play is very, very good. I wanted to hate this game. I thought, this is going to be like another fucking shit game that I'm going to play. I was pleasantly surprised. Like Ben said, definitely not like a perfect game, but certainly worth your money considering you're going to spend a lot of time on a bunch of these puzzles. You're going to get your money's worth. So,
Yep.
Cheers.
Personally, I really like the lateral thinking you need to do when it comes to puzzle games. And in the latter stages of any chapter, you really need that lateral thinking skill at its A game because they're not obvious.
Mm-mm.
If you look at the level, you get, okay, so I need to do this goes there, and then you actually start trying to do it, and it doesn't work the way you imagined it.
And sometimes, like, some of the like baddies, like you think, that's the thing I need to avoid, turn out to be the things that are going to help you.
Yeah, this is the thing you need to actually finish the level. And I like that. Portal and Portal 2 did that at they did it very, very well, and this game comes very close in a 2D only environment, with spinning the level around and the careful construction of the level itself, and how the platforms go, and how the gravity.
Even how the physics work it's very well thought out.
It's a properly designed puzzle game. I liked it. But I couldn't play it for more than 20 minutes at a time because then I would hit a level that was just a tiny little bit area that I'd have to spin around. And my eyes couldn't deal with that. So, yeah, it only gets 3 chairs.
All right, and that's 3 chairs with the fun category. So if we shove these all into the gravity blender and stick them in a black hole, that black hole will eventually eject all that mass, and we'll get enough matter to create 3 chairs.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. If you like challenging, even before I get into my little spiel, 2D physics platformers are not dead. This proves it. This is different. It's the rewind mechanic, some of the art style, very liberally taken from another game that rhymes with braid.
Is it braid?
But after you get over that, this is its own game. I mean, if you like challenging platformers, this is going to scratch your itch. This is something, even at $9.99, I'm going to say, if that's your bag, maybe, you're not going to be disappointed, considering just the initial game has like 7+ hours of average playtime. And this is one of the few games that was like, I'm going to go back to this because it makes me think. And you're supposed to do that when you become a geriatric like myself. And, I don't want to be in the home not remembering things. All right, so anyway, what do you think, Ron?
Ron. I'm trapped in a glass case of emotion! I was really pleasantly surprised, like I said before. I wanted to hate this game. I did not. The levels are very well thought out. I would say even at $9.99, you're gonna get your money's worth. And the great thing about this is once you beat the puzzle, you feel really good about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because you're like, yeah, I did it. I'm not a complete fucking moron. So
that particular puzzle right there took me a moment.
Oh yeah, that
took some thinking.
that one took a while and a couple rewinds. It's just like, but what if I? No.
But then you get it.
You get it, and you feel awesome because you finally got it. And that is the hallmark, I think, of a good puzzle game. Is once you figure it out, you feel fucking awesome about yourself for figuring it out. So I would say buy this; you will get your money's worth.
Okay, now I'll start with saying something a bit controversial. If you're an avid defender of the whole video games are art mantra, this is right up your alley. Also, to quote our friend Josh Walrath over at PC Per, it's $9.99 for a game that will probably last you around 7 or 8 hours with the mirrored levels after you finish the main ones. So you're getting your money's worth. When it comes to indie games nowadays, if you get 5 hours out of a $10 game, that's a pretty good game right there. This one still gives you another 2 or 3. Keep that in mind. And if it wasn't for the motion sickness, I'd probably play a whole lot more of it, but I don't think I will.
I don't have that issue. You see, I have chameleon vision. I can't see 3D in movies or anything like that. I have no vertigo. Yeah. Excellent pilot, except, when I was doing the piloting thing, I was driving like the honk, get out of my way blade. So I couldn't do barrel rolls or anything. But yeah.
I can do spinny things if they have a lot of colors, but my astigmatism doesn't like monochromatic shit spinning around.
See, I have functioning eyes, so I don't.
All I'm hearing is we need to play a lot of spinning monochromatic games from now on.